tag video. So this video is the modern horror tag, and I can't remember who created this tag now, but I was tagged by Sean Patrick Urshan to do this tag, and basically there are 12 questions. Yeah, 12 questions, all to do with modern horror elements. So let's just dive right in, shall we? So, question 1. What is your favourite modern horror film of the new millennium? So, 2000 to the present. Yeah, it's tough, but I managed to narrow it down to one, and I'm going to go with Terrifier. Because Terrifier, really has, I mean, yeah, we've had It, but, Terrifier has just, I feel, has redefined the evil clown, the killer clown genre a bit more. I mean, It is scary, but Pennywise isn't a real clown. He takes the form of a clown, but Art, he is just, creepy with that evil grin, that makeup and everything. Great performance from David Howard Thornton in that film. I guess if I could choose another one, I would say the I'm just going to leave it at Terrifier. So number 2, what is your favourite modern horror icon of the new millennium? Well, this doesn't have to necessarily be actors, does it? Yeah, I'm going to go with James Wan. Because he's he's a director whose films I do enjoy. I enjoyed the Saw film, the first Saw film, and that was co-written by him as well as directed. And I think he did great directing the Conjuring franchise. I mean, I like those films. I like the first two, and he does great producing as well in horror films and stuff. So yeah, James Wan. Question 3. Do you agree with the decision? Do you agree with the decision to the Conjuring franchise, to the Conjuring universe of spin-offs? Again, Conjuring related. So, do you agree with the decision to the Conjuring universe of spin-offs, or should it have been kept as its own franchise? I think we're in an age now where people are trying to do cinematic universes like Marvel and DC, and horror. I mean, they attempted to get the Dark Universe going with The Mummy, but that failed. I think they just need to put that on the shelf for a few years more. But I think it has worked as its own cinematic universe. Because giving it a spin-off and that. I would like to see an original film in that universe. A film where it's not a spin-off of The Conjuring, but it links in with The Conjuring. Like the Marvel films have. And that. That's what I'd like to see. But yeah, I think The Conjuring universe. Yeah, I like them films. Haven't seen the Annabelles, but from seeing The Nun, I enjoyed that film personally. So yeah. I mean, they mentioned The Crooked Man. That's been in works for a while. Whether I think they are going to make that a film, they should definitely give it a go. So my question to that is, yeah, I agree with making it a cinematic universe. Question 4 is: it follows a modern classic or a shameless rip-off of 80s horror classics? To be fair, it has that whole thing in it where sex is a killer, but the way they present the killer, which is like this demonic entity, I think it was quite original. I mean, I've not seen anything like that before, and with it being a rip-off of 80s horror, yeah, it does have a good soundtrack, and the soundtrack to the film did give me a good 80s vibe. So I'm going to say it is definitely a modern classic, I'd say. Because it's original. I felt like I've not seen a film like this where you have sex and then you're passing on this deadly entity. Yeah, you're passing on probably an STD in real life, but yeah, I think it in time it will be considered a classic. Question 5. Was The Meg a fun thrill ride, a cheese fest, or scary horror movie, or a complete bust? I think it was, a thrill ride. It had Jason Statham in, and he's quite big over here in the UK because he's an English actor and that action star. I haven't seen a good shark movie in the cinemas since Jaws, and after Deep Blue Sea we just got these asylum movies, B movies, till The Shallows came along, and 47 Meters Down we've had a shark movie at least every summer. And The Meg, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was a fun film. I'll be honest, it was a fun film that I enjoyed, and it had good effects and stuff. I like The Meg, so I'm going to go with it was a thrill ride. A fun thrill ride. Question 6. Is the remake fad over, or are there still more classics you would like to see remade? If so, what film would you choose? I'd say that the remake fad is far from over, but it's settled down a bit. A film I'd like to see remade is Candyman. I'd like to see a remake that is more true to the Clive Barker short story, The Forbidden, is my answer to that. So and have the original look of the Candyman, because in the short story, the story was set in Liverpool, England, not Chicago, and Candyman wasn't black. Sorry about that. My memory ran out, and I thought I'd change the angle to get a better quality of picture for you lot. Okay, so I was just answering question 6. So Candyman. Candyman was white in the short story, The Forbidden, with blonde, frizzy hair, pale skin, a coloured jacket, and a hook. Please excuse the noise outside if you can hear that. I got the window open. That's what he looked like. And I would like to see a reboot of it more true to the book. And that, like the Planet of the Apes 2001 film was. That wasn't exactly great, but it was more close to the book, that one. Anyway, back to the tag. So, question 7. Do you prefer slow burns like The Babadook, Hereditary, and A Quiet Place, or gore fests like Terrifier, Saw, and Hostel? Some slow burners I prefer, some I don't. See, this is like Marmite. I either like it or I don't. I didn't mind Hereditary. I thought that was quite good, and despite it being a slow burn, I found it entertaining in that. Quiet Place, it was slow, but it kept me on edge because I wanted to see what these monsters were. And The Babadook, I never bothered with that film. But slow burns like It Comes at Night, God, I hated that film. It was so slow and boring. Slenderman, the same. But I do love a good gore fest. And like I said before, I like Terrifier, I like Saw, I like Hostel. I'm just going to go with the gore fest one, because I do enjoy the guts and gore in horror films. Okay, question 8. Do you feel the Walking Dead series has run its course, or is there plenty of gas left in the tank? you know what? I'm probably going to agree with what Sean said about this. Yeah, it has definitely run its course. I mean, um, they have like 16 episodes a season. I think if they can improve it in any way, what they need to do is they need to cut down the episodes from like, I don't know, 16 to 10, not have a mid-season break, because I think that's what is causing it to go stale. Another thing is, yeah, it's more about the groups. They're getting loads of groups, and yeah, it's just boring. I don't want to focus on the groups every week. I want to see some zombies. I want to see some walkers. I mean, um, and stop with these bloody standalone flashback episodes, because they are boring as well. They're just boring, and yeah, I feel like they're running short on ideas. I mean, they have a new producer for this season, but yeah, what they need to do is cut down the episodes, make it more interesting, stop having slow burns, and that, because like we've established, it's not going anywhere. And yeah, maybe they should consider calling it a day. It's had a good run, but maybe... And also, Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, he's leaving the show. So, maybe they want to consider, just ending it, because I can't see it surviving much longer with our main lead Rick going. So, yeah, perhaps call it a day for The Walking Dead. I hate to say it, it was one of my favourite zombie shows, but yeah, they just need to just call it now. Question 9. Old franchises like Halloween and The Terminator are bringing back original characters and actors. What other classic series do you think this could work with? Well, yeah, they are doing that. Halloween, and that they're making this new Halloween a direct sequel to just the first film. All the sequels are going to be scrapped and that, but they are referencing him a lot. The Terminator, they are having a new film with that, which is going to be a straight sequel to T2. So anything after that is not going to exist in this timeline, and they're bringing back Linda Hamilton. Yeah, I think it could work with Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, like the final chapter. Like, say, let's take the first 4 Friday films and then just wipe it clean from there and make another one, an alternate timeline, where it carries on like 30 years after part 4, where Tommy Jarvis is a grown man and he's been paranoid for years about Jason's return. It could work. And also Corey Feldman, they could bring him back if he's available. Get him back in it as Tommy Jarvis, and have it a bit like Halloween, where Tommy Jarvis is preparing for Michael's return, and he's been training for years and that to kill him. So yeah, I think it could work with Friday the 13th, and that. Yeah, it could work with A Nightmare on Elm Street too. I thought about that one, but I like to see that with Friday the 13th, because I've given you more of an answer there. Okay, question 10. Does the vampires genre have a place in the modern era? Yeah, I think it does. See, vampires are like their stories immortal. I think in 100 years we will still be talking about them. They will still exist in fiction. Yeah, I like the classic look of the vampire, where they can float, turn into mist, drink blood, and have fangs, have no reflections, stake in the heart, that kind. I'm not really into these Twilight vampires and that. Yeah, I like the classic vampire. Classic vampires in the modern era is what I like to see. So that's your answer to that one. Question 11. So, 2 more questions left now. What is your favourite ghost story or haunted house film of the new millennium? Paranormal Activity. It is. I have a good. Yeah, it was like I saw the first film, didn't make me jump or much until like the end when it creeped the hell out. Well, it jumped me and it scared the crap out of me. The second film, I saw what was coming, and throughout the rest of the films, I kept dreading the jump scares when they were going to jump out at you, and that, and yeah, it had a good run. I think they knew when to stop it though, you know, with like after the ghost dimension and that. If they want to ever make another film, which I don't think needs to happen, then yeah, I'd give it a watch. But I think, you know, 6 films are enough. One thing that I did, you know, was the ending to Paranormal Activity 4. I didn't get the ending to that. What was all that about with the coven of witches and that? I get it. Toby's a demon that has a coven of witches worshipping him and that. But we didn't get an answer to the 4th film. But maybe it's meant to be left unknown. I don't know. But yeah, I like the Paranormal Activity franchise. I also like Sinister. So haunted house with like demons in it and that. So that's your answer there. And the final question, that is question 12. Your thoughts on Stranger Things? Is it a masterpiece, a modern masterpiece, or just nostalgia and fan service? My parents like it, probably because, you know, I mean, yeah, they were kids in like the 60s and 70s, but, you know, probably the highlight of their youth was the 80s, and they like watching it, just saying, we didn't do that in the 80s, we had that in the 80s and all that. I like Stranger Things. I don't binge watch it like in a whole day. I watch like 1 episode a day, because they're like an hour long, and there's 8 episodes. I'd say if you were a kid of the 80s or you like 80s stuff, then yeah, that is good. I'm probably gonna agree with Sean on this one. He said nostalgia and fan service, but it is a good series though. It is a good series on Netflix, and I do enjoy it. I recommend it to you if you're a horror fan and that, because it has sci-fi and horror elements and references to so many 80s classics. You know, and yeah, I'm gonna, you know, answer that with its fan service. So those are my answers to all them questions. I'm usually supposed to tag someone at this point, and that have I, and I, yeah. So yeah. People, I'm gonna. Do you know what? I think I'm a little late to the party here with this one. And I can't think of who to tag. I'm just gonna tag you who is watching, right? If you've watched this video and that, and you like this tag, and you feel like doing your own, go for it. Do your own tag. I'm just tagging whoever's watching, because I literally cannot think of someone off the top of my head, and that I'm just tagging you, whoever is watching. So yeah, that has been it for this video. This has been the Modern Horror Tag. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links, my Facebook group, the Random Horror Madhouse, my Twitter, Instagram, are all linked down below in the description, so you can check all that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So until next time, don't have nightmares.